Welcome to Welcome with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verses 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he swore unto thy fathers, as it is this day. And I'm going to repeat that. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish this covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. It is very tempting. In fact, that is the whole reason why it's called temptation. To get caught up in the race to become wealthy and successful, and to grow prideful. When you seem to be acquire these goals, to be of these riches, do you know people who take pride in their work and believe they have earned every penny by their own hard work? Many people feel this way, but however, as believers, we know that if we gain riches, it is only because God has given us the ability to gain riches. That we need to walk and step out of that prideness. We understand everything we received comes from him. Sorry, my dryer. It makes a difference in how we spend our monies and how we live our lives. Pride and arrogance. I like to remind myself all the time when I'm saying my prayers and giving thanks to God for giving me this purpose, and telling him that I know that it's because of his wisdom and his knowledge and his understanding, that it is not by my own. For I know that I can do nothing without him. I know that I can be nothing without him. And I know that I am nothing without him. I don't just say it just for my, just tell him that I know, but it's for my benefit. And something that I keep repeating myself, so that I don't allow my pride and my arrogance to get the best of me, to think that I have done any of these things by myself. For it is only because of God that I'm able to do the things that I do. It is only because of him that I'm able to have the things that I have. God gives, and God can take it away. There's too many people who live in too much pride and arrogance, who think that all they have come up to this life and they have studied hard and got all this high IQs and gone to all these college degrees and have done such things and have become certain things, or that has a special ability to play professionally in some kind of sports, and that think that they have this special gift, even this gift of singing, to become a professional singer or an actor or what have you, not whatever it is, to play a cello or the piano or anything that is a special, and they play very well, to think they have done it on their own. For God gave them that ability. God gave you that talent. It is a God-given talent. And as quickly as it comes, God can take it away. And so sadly, I don't know if I should say sadly, but there's many of people who have learned this lesson very well. For God gave it to them, and God quickly took it away. Through some kind of accident or something of another, but God had to humble some people and showing him that they would not have it if God did not give it to them. See, no one has nothing except that God gave it to them. Jesus said so himself on the day when they come to take him and to capture him and arrested him. He told him, you do not have the power to arrest me, except for that my God gave you the power to arrest me. And as proof, when they did try to arrest him, all those thousands of people that was there against the one man who had no weapon and spoke peacefully, fell back before they even touched him. That means that even before they arrested him, God made them pay respect and humble themselves before they had the ability to do so. God humbled them before he gave them the power to arrest Jesus. He humbled them. He made them all fall back and recognize and pay respect to who respect was due. For even though he was the Son of God, he was still God himself, made in flesh. And they better respect his authority. And that it was only by his authority, through him, that they was able to rest. Not by their own, but by God's. He makes kings. He makes rulers. For nothing happens unless God allows it to happen. Though we could sit there and know that there's a lot of evil people that's in charge of us right now. But God has a reasoning. We do not understand the reason why he does such things. But we got to remember, he uses all evil for his own good and for our own good. So even though there's evil people that's in charge of the government and in charge of the people, God has a reason for it all. We got to remember, Pharaoh was in charge and enslaved his people. But God had a plan, and he had a reason for it all. That we need to not lean onto our understanding or try to figure out why. Because to us it seems unfair. To us it seems just. But how dare we speak? Not against our God. Not against God, who it says in the scriptures, who is a just God. Who is a righteous God. So we better learn to keep our mouths closed. And let God be God. For there is a reason why he is God and we are not. He has righteous judgment. And he has a reason for the reason why he does the things that he do. For he knows all. He sees the beginning and he sees the end. Therefore, just because we're standing right there in the middle and it doesn't make sense to us, doesn't mean that it's not made sense. Because it makes complete sense to God. The God who put it into plan. The God who put it into motion. The God who made it so. And though because we don't see that it's fair, that all these evil people seem like they're having the best life ever. Because they live in this, they have all this wealth and live all this famously and have all these mansions and drive these fancy cars and just living it up. We got to remember that life is coming to an end. And on average, how long did most of those people live? Say the longest, about 80 years. But most only last 40 years. That's not very long. But we, as children of God, who gets and receives our treasures up in heaven, will have that for all of eternity. They're literally living their best life that they would ever live. The life that's on this earth. The life that is going to die, and die when this world comes to an end. So why are you coveting that, which is a sin? Why are you lusting after that lifestyle, which is a sin? Why are you cleaving to the treasures of this earth, which is going to end? Put your treasures on the things that are of